Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Pac-Man here, and today, as you can see from the title card there, we are doing the Baltic Union. I do suggest you trying this one out. This is actually a pretty fun way to start. If you could get the Union together in time, it is a good way to actually get these Baltic countries into a really good position to make a big difference in World War II. But yeah, so what you're going to want to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and start industrial first. That is important because you just don't have the military factories to start with. Go ahead and get that into production along with, basic weaponry and whatnot. But then once done with the initial industrial effort, the construction effort, and the armament effort, you're going to want to go straight down your political tree down to militarism on your nationalism. If you do, if you don't go that route, you just honestly will not have the manpower that you're going to need to field the army to sweep across. It's just going to take far too long, and by that point, Poland will get into a position on their focus tree where they can either, start their faction with Lithuania. And once that happens, it's just pointless. You can't invade them without, getting your ass kicked by Poland. So definitely, I'd say start with Estonia. Once you become Terra Marina, then, you're good to go to just do the sweep. So again, straight down the political focus tree. Once you get down to militarism and get that done, then jump straight back over to the armament effort 2. Once you get that, it really is easy from there. Now, when it comes to units, again, as you can see, 0 manpower. I've got some units in training right now. I got 4 in the field, and I got a 5th one in training. That really is not going to be enough to do what you need to do. You might be able to pull it off. With Latvia, let's go ahead and justify. All right. And it's because Latvia can field just about the same size military as you, and it's just going to take too long to invade them if you don't have more. Okay. Now, luckily, on the border with Latvia, there is a limitation to the amount of, there's 6 tiles, and they can only create 5. All right, justification's complete. Get the rest of your troops. You're going to want to get a grouping of about 8 for this. There's 6 serviceable tiles, and since they only have 5 troops, you could just jump straight through their line, but you do have to just make sure their other troops are busy attacking yours. It doesn't really matter with the template. You could just start with the base. I always just add a little bit of artillery to it. But as you can see, mixed red and green, not exactly looking the greatest, but there's a huge hole in their line right there. So you can literally just hop over, take the capital, take actually the east and bisect it, 1 unit, just grab all those tiles, and then you could just work straight on getting into the capital. That's the fastest way I found of doing it. Otherwise, you're going to get, just bogged down because you don't have any manpower. At this point, I do have militarism on, so that multiplier, as you can see, is helping me out with my manpower, but all right. Okay, so we got it. Course annexation, and immediately justify. One thing with Lithuania, though, is they start with a 3x3, so I believe that's 18 width, versus what you start out with. Just sucks, right? They have the same problem as you, manpower-wise. So what you're going to want to do is go with those, low-impact units. Get at least 10 to 12. Okay, you can pretty much service that into the field at this point, and be, just about there with how much manpower you can handle. And then from there, it's actually not all that hard. Once justification is complete, it's all about really folding in from the west, taking the coast, taking all the major cities, and then spiraling in. Again, they have large divisions, but again, they can't really field any more divisions, and they have a very large front line. So if you just take a bunch of smalls, let's go ahead and declare war. Look at that. The entire west side of the line is empty. So just blitz these guys in. Just do a little micro. I mean, I honestly don't like letting the computer do this just because they will do it in a stupid way. All right. So once you open that up, get into Memel, you take one unit from the east, and let's go ahead and sweep them across the west. Okay. And once you gain the cities, it's all just about gaining the tiles. Okay. So just rush in and get those tiles. Speed, be speed, boy. Alright, so they started shifting their line. Okay, boom. Now just from the north. I believe one more tile, that's it. Maybe two. Alright, so they're coming from the north. And again, it's all about microing at this point. Boom! And there we got it. And again, you have to do it before Germany claims Memel, otherwise you're screwed. But now Terra Marina's got everything that we need. Okay, so let's go ahead, go into decisions. Click this bad boy. And bam, now look at our manpower. We got just shy of 13,000. Boom, 293,000 manpower. Okay, now, I mean, again, that is on militarism and military youth, but I am only on limited conscription. This is actually a really good place to start with. So immediately from this point, you can switch your divisions over to either 20 or 40 with, get at least, 24 units out. And with that, you can actually pose a good defense against the Soviets if they decide to invade you from the east. Or if you want to, you could backstab Poland and invade them once Germany starts messing with them. So, I mean, if you do that, you could grab more land, more manpower, more factories. Already with this amount of land, you should be able to pump out a lot of military factories. Just make sure that you fortify the essential places, build a fort line along the German border, build a fort line along the Russian border, and you're good to go. You could actually make it a legitimate, non-meme playthrough, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like the fact that you can take, minor nations, put them all together, and, have a fighting chance at actually doing something in the game without, doing crazy, weird strategies or, doing any type of exploit or something like that. It's pretty awesome. I do have to say that they have the weirdest flag on Earth. It looks to me kind of like the seatbelt symbol on a airplane. That's what I get from it. I have no idea what it's supposed to represent. It looks like the seatbelt a buckle sign on an airplane, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I hope you like the video. If you have any suggestions for any coming up content or video, I want to see any particular formidable nations or anything like that. Or generally, I mean, if you have anything constructive, criticism or whatnot, go ahead and leave it down there. And, again, if you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that dislike if you didn't like it, whatever. It's all about interaction. And again, if you have any ideas, go ahead and let me know. I will be uploading some of the Fallout mod, which I really, really love for HOI4. If you haven't played it, it's actually really cool. It focuses on really the only good Fallouts, which were 1, 2, and New Vegas. 3 was like but I mean, it focuses on the West Coast, which is kind of, that's Fallout right there. And it's pretty awesome. You can choose all the major factions and stuff like that, and they have a lot of lore in there. It's really cool. But I will be doing a few videos on that, and maybe actually some full playthroughs with like maybe New Vegas, the NCR, maybe even taking one of the minors. There is actually also super mutant factions that you can do, which is pretty cool. Because with those, it's like rapid expansion and whatnot, and that's, I mean, that's always really fun in these types of games. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks.